It's like a really special, very exciting day today. And I'm a little bit sleepy this morning, but we're about to fix that by roasting a bunch of coffee. And by roasting a bunch of coffee, I mean I've been invited by KB Coffee Roasters, my favorite roasters here in Paris, to come roast my very own roast with them. And I've never done that before. I've seen coffee be roasted. I probably won't be like, you know, super hands-on with it, don't worry. Like, want to make sure that it's good. But I'm gonna learn, and we're gonna roast, and I'm gonna end up with my own bags of coffee, you know, with my own label and everything, and that's super exciting. So, yeah, let's go roast some coffee. How funny would that have been if they were closed?
Merci.
On t'en fait, hein?
Tu peux t'installer où tu veux.
Ok.
Tu veux un café?
Oui,
Voilà.
bien sûr. S'il te plaît.
On lui doit à peu près 300 cafés.
Ah bon?
Pas moi, mais
bah,
les autres aussi. Ouais, c'est ça. Il faut beaucoup de caféine, quoi.
Donc,
Oh, that smells so good. So, one of the differences between espresso and filter is how it's roasted. And I don't actually know all the details, which I'm looking forward to asking some questions about today. We're going to be roasting for filter though, so for those of you that don't have an espresso machine at home, you can follow along. And because I don't have one either, I tend to drink filter, and that's why we drink it at home, but this is nice. This is from James. Whoa, that's cool. Thanks, James. Definitely gonna put this to use. Speaking of asking questions and learning, I have a lot to learn. I have a long ways to go. Eating a little something while they prep the machine in the back, and we'll roast here in a second. The best part of waiting for them to get ready is that I get to just chill and drink a coffee and read this book, which I'm really liking, by the way. James, thanks for sending it. This is by James Hoffman, which is one of my favorites. Like, it's random because I found him through YouTube, but he's got this long history of being a barista and a coffee expert of all varieties. His YouTube channel is very interesting if you're interested in coffee. He's up in the UK. Go send him some love. I would love to meet him someday. I hope I get to. But this book is amazing. Like, I'm just enjoying reading it. And it's funny to finally be at a place where, like, I think I appreciate coffee enough to be excited by and to enjoy learning, like, the specifics of what goes on behind it. Like, never thought I'd hit this level of nerd, but here we are. So we're starting with the cupping.
always start with the cup.
Where the good stuff's at. It's funny because I was just reading about this in a book. So the cupping process is like a standardized process across the board in how roasters, well, basically how everybody along the whole process of making coffee tastes the coffee to make sure that there's nothing wrong with it, that it's fine, and up to the point that these guys are now trying to make their selection of what coffees to buy to roast. So they're doing a very special one right now that I didn't know was what we were doing today, which is really exciting, which is they're tasting different coffees that they haven't purchased yet to determine which one they want to buy. I didn't start drinking coffee until I was actually living in West Africa, and that was one of the stories I was going to share today, but I got too excited on my way here and completely forgot. I'm a late bloomer on the coffee side of things, and I only started drinking coffee because I was working way too much on a hospital ship with no energy, and really cheap, overly loaded with sugar coffee available, because we had the only Starbucks in West Africa on the ship, and so yeah, it was like $1 for like a massive Frappuccino or whatever that was just more sugar than anything else. But that's what kind of got me started on drinking coffee. And it's a long process to go from that to this, and really appreciating this, I feel like, but it's been a road that I've really enjoyed taking. I've done a few cuppings before, but I've never done it as a part of the roasting process, so that's kind of special. Cool. So we're going to evaluate it based, or you're gonna evaluate it based on like acidity, sweetness, all these different categories.
Yeah, aroma, it's kind of a little bit mixed up, but aroma, flavor, aftertaste.
I'm not going to be particularly useful in this process, but I'm happy to participate nonetheless. Normally with cupping, and they just explained this is the corona prevention, is you would normally just go ahead and drink it straight out of the spoon, but because we're being extra cautious and not getting each other sick, we're pouring each spoonful into the glass, drinking it, and then cleaning the spoon before getting the next spoonful, putting it in the glass. And so it's a really quick way to get super over caffeinated, and normally in cupping situations, it's not considered rude during a cupping to spit the coffee out if you don't want to be over caffeinated. Just make sure you do it in a clean and, you know, COVID safe way. Time for some cupping cakes. Oh, perfect cake.
Yeah, we're trying different recipes for the Christmas cake for next week.
It's really good.
You like it?
I like everything you make, so it's a really bad question now.
You cannot just like it. You have to criticize it because we are still developing it.
Okay. I'll criticize what? I'm not going to criticize on camera though. So is this the coffee we're going to be claiming is my coffee?
Probably not.
No, not this one? Okay.
No, we're going, this is a,
What's this one?
So we always start off with our espresso roasts.
Oh yeah. So what is the difference between an espresso roast and a filter roast?
That depends on who you ask.
Okay. According to you.
So
Connor, not to put you on the spot.
The KB philosophy.
Yes.
Is that basically if you're going for a espresso roast, you're looking to develop the acidity a little bit more, push the sweetness through the roof. It kind of is, you're almost like sacrificing a little bit of complexity in order to get the maximum amount of kind of body sweetness. But then again, it depends on the coffee.
Right.
Obviously, if you're going to roast Brazil different to an Ethiopian because you want different things from your Ethiopian coffee.
Right. Well, that's really interesting. That's good. That's actually really helpful because of what we were talking about with the cupping. Because it's not something so simple as you do espresso for longer or you make it darker. It's more about you're actually aiming for particular metrics that you want over other things.
And you'll do that by changing the profile of gas and air in during the roasting process. So you'll see the curves on the screen.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drop this one.
Do it. This is it.
Yep.
So this one's the one that we're going to be this one's gonna be my roast. They gave me a sample of this. I've taken off some layers because it is pretty hot back here.
So I'm gonna ruin your sound.
Do it, ruin it.
Suddenly it's really loud in here.
I appreciate your awareness of sound quality. So they gave me a sample of a very, very similar roast to this one that we're gonna be recreating. It's really good. It's delicious. I shared it with French Laura, with Kate, with a few people. They all loved it. So washed Ethiopian. It's probably, I think, one of the reasons that we chose it was because it's a great coffee that I think if you really love specialty coffee, you'll enjoy it a lot. But even if you're fresh to it, this is early on in your brewing experience, it's something you'll also really enjoy and appreciate. It's very easy to drink, very like light, fruity, chocolatey, but also like a little bit, I don't know, just like delicious. Let's put it that way. It's delicious. Surprisingly complex. Is this one of your favorites? Or?
Yeah, I love this coffee. I absolutely love this. This is so in that score sheet that we were showing you earlier on.
Yeah.
This is getting close to 90 points.
Yeah.
And 90, when you get to 90, you're kind of pushing the really, really, really.
When we were doing the tasting earlier and they were grading it, they were saying that it needs to get above 80 out of 100?
Yeah. So 80 is specialty.
Yeah.
This is, I think the most recent, so the reference profile that I'm gonna attempt to follow is, I think it's something like 87.8.
Yeah.
So we're on the high end. I know that I can make it better though. I know I can like.
I like that confidence.
I know I can do better. That's the. I just gotta take as little away as possible. That's the point.
Perfect. Do it. So we're gonna roast this right now, and my sister's actually making the labels, which by the time I make this video, hopefully I can show you right here. And they're gonna make it available. You'll be able to buy it online from their website very shortly. And if you live in Paris, you can come down and grab a bag. And the Peloton was even saying they might want to stock a few too, so there's going to be multiple spots where you might be able to grab it. The push of a lever. There it goes.
He says that coffee is a third magic, a third science, and a third art. We're a little bit too early to explore space, and a little bit too late to explore the planet Earth. So we just explore tasting things and individual products, and like the people that go crazy over wine or beer or coffee or tea or anything, food. Like this is exploration. This is like going as far as you possibly can into one individual subject, which
I like that.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
That's a good take. I like that.
Yeah.
Can I pop the lever?
Yeah. I'll tell you what. Go. Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I worked so hard on that. That looks amazing. Wow. And there you can really see the pulp and the grains so much more cleanly in these ones.
Yeah. So watch less fermentation. See if it's clean.
There it is. That's super exciting. This is great. So I never explained exactly, I'm going to give you a quick, for those of you that have no idea what's going on, realize one of the things I should have done is kind of explain a little bit about the process that you see. So he's pouring the grains into the, I guess the elevator, is how you, a grain elevator.
And I'm going to ruin your sound again.
Yep, do it. I'm genuinely so excited. I don't know why. This is super exciting. So anyways, so cool. So it goes through the elevator up into the hopper, and then when he's ready, the machine is cooled to the level that he wants. He dumps it in here, and there's I guess you call it a turbine, right? A tumbler working
The drum?
the drum. There you go. Thank you. So the drum is rotating to keep the coffee moving, the beans moving, so that it doesn't burn. As you can see, the heating element in here, although it's cooled off.
Yeah.
Oh wow, you can actually see the flames right now, though.
That's the pilot. That's what keeps the.
That's what keeps you from losing your.
Yes.
It's gas fed, and so that's what I did film it earlier. That's where you get the bed of heat that's actually roasting the coffee. He's watching all of these different temperature gauges here to make sure that everything is going as smoothly as possible, and he's following a profile to make sure that it roasts at particular temperatures at particular times to develop it into a delightfully, perfectly roasted bean. drop it out here, cool it. Under here are some holes, so there's actually, like, you can see in here some little holes where air is getting pulled through the coffee. And so that's going through, and I asked him earlier why he doesn't keep it rotating the whole time, but it's because it gets the air pulled through the coffee more consistently if you just leave it here smoothly and as evenly distributed as possible. Once it's done cooling, so it's not sitting in a barrel roasting or spontaneously combusting, he dumps it down here, buckets it, and it's done, and it's ready. And then they can bag it and send it to you. Did I miss any steps along the way there?
No, that sounds about right.
That's about right.
It's just the tasting at the end.
Just a very limited. Ooh, yeah.
That's the most important.
I think that sounds good to me. Ideally, though, you usually want to. Is it best to drink it right away, or do you want to let it sit for a while?
A little bit. We'll try and taste it for quality control within the week.
Okay, got it.
You kind of want to use it within a couple of months.
Yep.
Around as freshly as possible. Keep your coffee away from onions and garlic because they give off like really, really strong flavors. Never in the fridge because it's too humid. Other than that, you know, you're looking at, you know, your best stuff is going to be at around about 5 to 10 days after the roast.
That's cool.
So just in time
for Christmas. Yeah, perfect. If you'd like to, and they ship worldwide as well, so if you are looking for a Christmas present, it's a fantastic way to support my favorite roaster here in Paris. If you want to jump on board, you'll get, I'm really looking forward to seeing the art that my sister is making as well. But if you want to jump on that, grab a bag off their website. They will ship it anywhere it's legal to ship, and you can have a taste of one of my favorite coffees here in Paris with me one of these mornings when we sit and have our coffee. I think that'd be great. That it? Yep. Oh yeah, cool. Go for it. Yeah. That was great. There were more snacks to try. They're getting their Christmas cakes in order. And it sounds like there's an ice cream truck around here somewhere. Anyways, that was amazing. It was a really good time. Once again, I'll put the links below. If you want to grab a bag of this coffee, they're going to be roasting it this time, see how it goes. And assuming it goes well, it may be available in perpetuity. I have no idea. We'll see. Maybe not in perpetuity, but as long as they've got these grains, so as long as they've got these coffee beans. I'll leave it right here. I'll see you bright and early one of these mornings sometime soon. Thanks again to Back in Black and KB Coffee for having me and for making this possible. And thanks to all of you who bought virtual coffees to support them in the midst of this endless chaos. I hope you're doing well wherever it is you are. Grab a bag of coffee if you are a coffee lover, and we can drink the same coffee all around the globe at the same time. And at least feel, you know, digitally close as we do get physically caffeinated. And it's not really a virtual coffee anymore, is it? Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again bright and early one of these days sometime soon for a little bit more magic in Paris.